All right, so got some time to answer some of your questions. We just finished shooting interviews that will run tonight on the CBS Evening News, 6:30 Eastern Time. And now, before I write my script, I've got a little bit of time to talk to you here. Let me start with the idea of the cages that are being used to house the families, the parents and the kids. Many of you have said, is this new? Is this a Trump administration thing that they're using these cages? It is not. The same type of cage was used under the Obama administration, and it's almost identical. The cage, the foil wrapping to stay warm that people are using, that you've seen in the pictures. So it's similar. It's not new for the Trump administration. Border Patrol has been using this for years, actually for more than a decade, one Border Patrol official told me. As for the use of the word cage, I don't know how to describe it more accurately. That's what it is. The entire four sides of it are all caged. There is no wall. It's not like it's backed up to a wall and there are three sides that are chain link fence. All four sides are chain linked. At the top of the cage, there is a mesh netting, so it's not like you can crawl up and out of the top. And let's be clear, these people cannot walk around freely. They are not free to just come out of the cage and walk around. There is a lock on each of the cages. You get taken out for further processing. You get taken out to eat, use the restroom, that kind of thing. Now, remember, the facility that we've been talking about for the last 24 hours, that we've shown you pictures and video from inside of that facility in McAllen, Texas, people are only there for 72 hours. Border Patrol cannot hold anyone more than 72 hours. So this is not a long-term thing where they're in the cage, okay? Just want to make that very clear. There was an issue this morning, not an issue, but something that happened when I got off of CBS this morning. I saw an email from an official within the government. I won't use the individual's name. And this person said, you know, we don't love the fact that you described it as a cage, and we really are uncomfortable with the fact that you said you likened it to a cage that might be used to house animals. At the end of the day, that's a fact. That's exactly what it looked like. We weren't able to record on our own because Border Patrol told us you can't. You got to take the pictures and video we give you. That's it. And so the best we could do was take notes with a pen and pad and then come outside and show you what it is. So again, they weren't saying that we were inaccurate with our reporting. They just said, we don't want people thinking that these people are being treated like animals. And to that point, we never at any point suggested that the folks inside the detention facility were being mistreated. In fact, as we walked around, we saw kids who were eating chips and drinking juice, in some cases playing with other kids that appeared to be their age, some sitting in the laps of their parents, snuggling, sleeping, or just staring at us. I think a lot of people had no clue who we were. They didn't know we were journalists, brought in, invited on a tour to sort of stare at them in a weird way. In fact, at one point, I said to someone, I don't want to point or stare. You know, we can get the job done without, gawking at them, so to speak. Let's see, what else did I write down that I wanted to tell you? So the Homeland Security Secretary said today, don't trust the press because the press is saying that the kids are being mistreated. I don't know what other media is reporting. I can't imagine that anyone is reporting that. We simply are reporting what we saw. There are hundreds of people, probably more than 1,000, inside that one facility in McAllen, and they are inside of cages. It's that simple. We're told they're being fed twice a day. They're being allowed to shower every other day. Their clothes are laundered. Not much to do. In fact, I asked, do the kids have balls or some kind of recreation equipment? Nope. And listen, there's enough room for an individual to lie down. Not enough room, I'd say, to stretch your arms out. There's not that much room, and you certainly can't go walking around. You can't do a lap. So it might feel a little claustrophobic for some, but they're not piled on top of each other. I mean, it wasn't a visually startling circumstance in that sense. And again, we've put out the pictures that the government gave us. We put out the 1 minute and roughly 40-second video that they provided to us. And that's about as clear as we can make it beyond what I'm describing, because our cameras are not allowed inside. We can't even bring an audio recording device inside. So it is Monday. I am here. My colleague Gail King is here. We will have, and also our colleague Maria Villarreal is in West Texas, where tents are being set up to house children there. So we will have more extended coverage, and don't forget about our colleagues in Washington who will handle the political aspect of all this. More coverage tonight on the CBS Evening News with Jeff Glor. I hope you'll join us, but just wanted to take a minute, answer some questions, clarify some things. I'll see you on TV or on social media before that. Cheers.